Tom Arnold here. I'm on the Sullivan Project podcast. What an honor it is to be on here. Thank you, Harold Sullivan. Okay, I'm going to speed answer some questions you asked for me. How did you and Roseanne get the part on In Freddy's Dead? Well, the director came over to our studio and said, I heard you guys are big fans of the series. We said, yes, we are. Would you like to be in a scene? We said, yes, we will. What do we have to do? Whatever you want. And we did whatever we wanted. It was great fun. And I'm so glad because the horror fans are the most loyal fans. If you do the Comic-Cons, I got that picture right out front, even though I only worked a day on it. You can work one day on something and people give a shit. You can work 6 months, nobody cares. But the horror fans are absolutely the best. Did I get to meet Robert Englund? I met him many times. He also does the Comic-Cons. He gets huge lines, and what I love about him is how nice he is to people. He takes a moment with everybody, talks to them. He's kind of an educated guy for a mass murderer, but he's a very cool guy. I say, if you're going to do the Comic-Cons, you better love it. You better love people, because you get to spend time with a lot of people, a lot of different things, and he's always really good to people. Even with a huge line, he's always really good to people. Nice guy. Okay, do you have any hidden talents? I do not. I'm a great husband. You probably don't know that, but I'm a great husband, great dad. It's not hidden. That's not hidden. What else can I do? I think I can sing, play drums, but when you think you could do those things when you're growing up in Iowa, then you get out here in the big time and you actually get on stage with hugely talented people, you realize I am not talented. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to be on stage with all these very cool people. But these guys are talented. And there is a difference. It's like playing slow pitch softball, which I did. I was pretty good at it. But professional baseball, are you kidding me? So I don't kid myself. I know what I'm good at. I can't remember what it is. It's not making late night videos, but it's the only chance I have. The kids are getting ready for bed. I'm taking advantage of it. Okay, how'd I get my start in Hollywood? Jesus Christ, read my fucking book, dude. Grew up in Tumble, Iowa, small farm town. Dreamed to be in Hollywood. Nobody, from Tumble, Iowa, was in Hollywood. So I was crazy. I knew I could do it. I knew I could be on TV being a comedian. I knew I could write. I knew I could act. Yeah, all these things. And it's madness. But I stuck with it, did some of the right things, went to college, University of Iowa. They had a stage. They had a writer's workshop. Moved to Minneapolis for 5 years. They had comedy clubs. Worked my ass off doing day jobs. But I really believed that I could do it. And every dream I've ever had has come true. So when people say to the kids, dream it, you can be it. I used to go, slow down. But I realized every dream I ever had. I worked on the kill floor of a meatpacking plant for 3 years after high school. And, you daydream when you work at the kill floor of a meatpacking plant. And every daydream I've had has come true. I worked with Robin Williams, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Crazy stuff. But you got to believe in it, and you got to love all the bullshit that goes with just getting started. The rejection, all that stuff. What's my favorite? I thought you asked me 3 questions, fucker. Roseanne episodes I was in. My first one in 1989, October. I had a mullet. We were playing cards, and I was a writer then. And I was very happy to write the show. But the other, I was like, people know you and Roseanne are together. You should be in an episode. And I said, okay, I'll be an actor. And back then, a lot of people watched TV. I think 48 million people watched that night. And now if you get 4.8 million, you got a hit show. But it was nerve-wracking, because I had to do something new. Once I acted, I go, I'm an actor. I was a comedian first, then I became a writer, writing stuff for Roseanne. And now I'm an actor. Whatever pays the bills. And I do Comic-Cons. I don't know if I mentioned that. All right. The Halloween episodes were incredibly fun to do. They weren't like the other episodes of the show. We got to really go for it. And on stage, too, we had all the actors. We had so much fun. And kept having to top the last year. Anyway, I'm really glad we did that. Do you believe in paranormal, supernatural? Well, I do believe that my 4th ex-wife is the fucking devil. I am not kidding. All proof that I did, So I guess the devil's paranormal. I don't know. She sells crystals. That's all you need to know. All right. any advice for someone in small moment of weakness? Well, it's small. We have big moments of weakness. I do. And what I do is I remind myself, oh, here's what's going to happen. Here's the situation I'll be in if I do this and that. And you have to live an honest life, not just in your sobriety or relationships, but in every way. Because a moment of weakness is lying to someone or bullshitting someone, everybody does it, whatever. But you got to know you're putting that shit out there, man. That shit out there. That's why you don't cheat on your wife. Not because, you might get caught, but because if you do something like that, she knows. Everybody knows. You could lie to yourself a little bit, but it's out there. So it's a lot easier to just be a good dude. And it feels better. And it keeps me sober, that's for sure. And alive. Okay, thank you for years. I've enjoyed you. My podcast can be on all social media. Good luck, buddy. I'm glad somebody's finally doing a podcast. I heard about them and I said, well, you say someone's going to do a podcast. And God damn it, if Harold Sullivan isn't the guy. All right, good luck.